So what I got here is an old Lawnboy push mower, and we like Lawnboys, and we like the 2-cycle motor. We like the way the discharge comes out here on the end. They will not clog. The grass kind of comes around off the tangent at a high velocity, and this one's an old Lawnboy by OMC. Toro bought Lawnboy sometime in I don't know if it was the late 80s or 90s, but anyway, we've got some of those Lawnboys too. They have what they're called Duraforce engines, but this is an old one. I think the engine on here is called a D engine. If you're into Lawnboys, you'll hear the words D and F. And in any event, this has been a really good Lawnboy, and they're kind of cool because this one is rear-wheel drive, and it's got a handlebar here that you push up on, and when you push up on it, it pushes a chevron roller down on the wheels. These are really worn, and oftentimes they slip, especially if it's a little wet. But the thing about it is, some of these self-propelled mowers, there's a little bit of a drag, like when you use a personal pace Toro. Sometimes when you go to pull back, there's a little bit of a drag. It's still trying to propel the mower. This one's not like that. And these 2-cycle engines, you know, you can run them on a hillside, and it doesn't matter about the oil level in the crankcase, because there is none. The oil's in the gas. And what's neat about these 2-cycle engines, and the chainsaw is the same way, is the crank, everything sees a fresh coat of oil every time, you know, the gas runs through it. There's always fresh oil moving through these engines. Now, what makes this Lawnboy somewhat different and unique is just the way they designed things, you know, back in the day. They thought out of the box, and they weren't, political correctness hadn't moved in. So obviously there's no safeties on here. This thing, it has a deck it's not plastic and it's not aluminum. They wanted these things to be lightweight, and so this deck, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's magnesium. And so you know, I guess if you ever caught it on fire, you wouldn't be able to put it out. But it's very, very lightweight, and the spark plug on this mower is back here on the back side. It's not, most mowers, the spark plug sticks out right in the front. And sometimes when you're trying to trim under something, especially a board fence, you know, you can slam the spark plug into whatever you're pushing up against. The Lawnboys have the spark plug off to the side here, and the later ones with the Duraforce engines, they're a little different than this. They do have the spark plug on the front. Another thing that's unique about this mower is the muffler is on the bottom, and that right there is the muffler. And so what that does is, even though a lawnmower is noisy, that puts the noise on the ground. And so sometimes you'll start these things up, and some of that oil residue still in the crankcase from when you used it the last time, and there'll be some smoke percolating out from under the mower. So this mower is just a classic Lawnboy, and I don't remember the year. I want to say 1974, but it might be 1984 is the year model on it. And I've got some other Lawnboys. This is just kind of a hobby of mine. and I've got some parts that I can replace this little broken piece and probably these wheels, and but seems to do fine. And we've been using it this summer, and you know, handlebars, chrome. You don't see that on new lawn mowers anymore these days. You know, this mower, you can go on the internet and Google Lawnboy, and you can find brochures for Lawnboys. And one thing I liked about the advertising with Lawnboys, and you know, just cars and clothing and food, washers and dryers, you know, back in those days, they gave you good information about the product, but they also made you feel good about buying it, you know. So they would roll out, you know, the 1974 Lawnboy push mowers, just like Ford or GM would roll out the 1974, you know, cars or trucks, whatever they were selling. This mower just gives a superb cut. You cannot plug this thing, and it'll throw clippings way out here, and I don't know why, you know, just a side discharge, a traditional side discharge for that matter, is not more sought after. Everything is rear discharge, and a lot of it is mulch. But if you're spilling your clippings out on the lawn, spreading them out evenly, I don't know how mulching is any better than this. So I remember hearing about Lawnboys when I was growing up, and I remember the town that I lived in, they had a dealer that sold Lawnboys and Snapper, and so used to see a lot of the Snapper high vac push mowers and riding mowers, but you'd see a fair number of these Lawnboys too. And you know, there's a lot of people that use these mowers and they hate them with a passion. There's a lot of people that have never used these mowers and they hate them with a passion. And there's a lot of people that use these mowers and would come back and buy them again and again. And I saw the numbers one time that Lawnboy had a repeat business rate. It was something like 67% of a Lawnboy customer would come back and buy another Lawnboy. And it just speaks to the mower. I remember hearing people talking about that staggered wheel deck. They'd say that staggered wheel deck. They thought that the wheel on a mower should be on all four corners. There shouldn't be one right there. It's a stupid thing to do. And but it's actually pretty ingenious, because you know, it lets the mower flow over you know, lumpy ground. You get a nice cut, and that staggered wheel is not a detriment in any way at all, in my opinion. Another thing about this mower, if the spark plug is over here on this side, the air cleaner's out here where you can get to it to service it. And there's a lot of room around the deck with that muffler on the bottom. There's a lot of room around the sides of the deck where you can trim under bushes and things like that. So one thing you can do on this Lawnboy is sometimes you just want to push it. And so there's a little bracket right here and a little lever. And so you can lock it in, and it's just like a push mower, except it, you know, obviously a push mower wouldn't have the self-propelled mechanism going across the back. But if you were to buy a Lawnboy push mower, you know, it would be just like this. And Lawnboy made a 19-inch mower, which I would think would be really handy for trimming. I'm going to try to start this mower. It's 21-inch cut. It's a model 8232, Outdoor Marine Corp, Galesburg, Illinois. And like I say, there's no safeties on here, so you kind of got to be careful. And put the speed to normal. open the fuel valve, hit the primer bulb a few times, turn it on. It only has 1 speed. Well, I say 2 speed. You can put it down to an idle right here, but as far as, you know, a throttle control on the handle, this thing's either wide open or it's not. And place foot here when starting. Just don't let it slip under the machine. That's the idle. That's kind of set it to idle and let it cool down a little bit. So there you have it, a classic Lawnboy push mower. And you know, we enjoy tinkering with stuff like this. I kind of feel like just because it's new doesn't make it better. And this has just been a wonderful mower, and we continue to use it, and we have other ones. And I just thought I'd share this mower and video with you of an old Lawnboy, still at work today. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. We got more videos coming on Lawnboy mowers and wheel horse riding mowers. We've got some Cub Cadet, international Cub Cadets that we're going to be doing some videos on, and I've got an old Simplicity I'm going to try to get going, maybe. And it's actually dressed up in Agco Alice colors. And we got some chainsaws. We got some old chainsaws, Steel and McCulloch, and my brother's got an old Homelite Super XL that my dad bought new back in the 70s, and probably be doing some videos on that. I don't know when, if it'll be sometime soon or it might be a year from now, but we got a little more going on here than just haying. And a little diversion from the same old is I think is kind of nice. So hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.